Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Your game is coming up next. But here's some information from the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
6 easy ways to become an MVP. And by MVP, we mean most valuable parent. Like all of us, the parents of high school athletes tend to protect their children from adversity, or they overly involve themselves by advocating for their success. But when they do, they're negating the value of participating in high school sports. Among other lessons, high school sports teach teenagers to take nothing for granted, how to overcome obstacles, and that an extraordinary commitment of time and effort is required in order to reach goals and experience achievement. High school sports also encourage independence and self-sufficiency, attributes that are needed to be successful in life. It's natural for parents to love their children, and it's important to support them in as many ways as possible. With this in mind, here are 6 easy ways that you can be the MVP of your child's high school team. Number 1, attend your children's games as often as possible. Nothing demonstrates interest and involvement more than being there. And be sure to invite Grandma and Grandpa to come along with you. Number 2, cheer for all the kids on the team, not just your own. Here's a test for you. Do you know all the players on your child's team? Could you say hello to them by their first name? Embracing the entire team is a great way to show that your interest is sincere. Number 3, be a resource for your child's team. Does a teammate need help with transportation? Is the team trying to raise money for new uniforms? Is someone needed to organize a pizza party before the tournament starts? Maybe you can help. Number 4, try not to criticize the coach or the officials in front of your child. Hey, you're human, and there may be times when you need to vent, but be careful when and to whom you do it. Criticizing the coaching staff undermines its credibility and tends to put your child in the middle. And games are seldom won or lost because of an official's call. Remember, coaches and officials are objective. Most parents are not. Empower your child to talk with the coach about concerns. Everybody wants more playing time, and understandably so. But encourage your children to have that conversation with their coaches instead of you doing it for them. Giving teenagers the confidence and conviction to speak up for themselves is one of the greatest benefits of participating in high school sports. Number 6, focus on the life lessons your children are learning, not on win-loss records or how many points they're scoring. According to the NC2A, only about 2% of all high school athletes win a sports scholarship, and the average value of it is less than $11,000. But every child will benefit from the lessons they've learned as a result of participating in high school sports for the rest of their lives. It's difficult being the parent of a high school athlete. There's far more emotion and social pressure involved than is ideal. But if you follow these 6 pointers, not only will your children love and respect you, but so will their teammates and coaches. And you might even be named MVP. Thank you for your support of high school athletics in Indiana. Stay tuned now. The Indiana SRN game is next. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Hello from Heritage Christian High School. Side of tonight, Circle City Conference matchup between the hosting Eagles of Heritage Christian and the Guerin Catholic Golden Eagles. Alongside Coach Keith Myers, I'm Josh Ayen. This broadcast is powered by Indiana SRN. And Coach Myers, this is a good matchup between two programs. First off, you've got Guerin Catholic sitting at 5-4 right now, trying to shake off a two-match losing skid and really just trying to get in some sort of rhythm after having several matches canceled or postponed throughout the course of this season.
The hardest thing that you can do, Josh, is coach this thing and then be shut down for 2 weeks, play for a week, then be shut down for another 2 weeks, and then play another week. And it's just really hard to get into routine. Talking with Coach today and yesterday, Coach Brown just wants them to be consistent. And so you're going to look at that tonight. And what a schedule this week. They played Chittard on Monday. They turn around and play. On Tuesday, they played Roncalli. On Thursday, they're playing Heritage Christian. And guess who they play on Saturday? Covenant Christian. So their whole entire conference schedule done in a week. Brutal. Very brutal. So if you get one of those, you feel pretty good. You'd like to get all four if that's possible, but it's just a tough little go with. But, it's the year that we've had. It's been a very tough year for everybody. As I talked to you in our production meeting, if you're a coach, a first-year coach, you either come back next year ready for maybe a breather or you quit, because this pandemic has taken a lot out of not only the coaches, athletic directors, broadcasters as well, and parents. You for the first time that I could ever remember, your limited fans watching your kid play. I grew up with my mom watching every single Little League baseball game I played in. This would be really hard for one parent here, one parent
not. Juncture.
That's why Indiana SRN is doing what we're doing, and we love to put kids onto TV, and our numbers have been incredibly, and we want to thank our sponsors and our parents who support us to do that, because that's what it's all about.
Most definitely. Well, you mentioned head coach Haley Brown in her first season. She's a Division II All-American out of University of Indianapolis, so taking her talents back to the hardwood in a high school setting. She's got a couple of solid pieces, starting off with Sydney Jacomowitz, the 5'7" senior. We mentioned in our pregame meeting, Coach, that she's heavily involved to help protect the net, a very efficient player overall. Also got to keep an eye on Maggie Christ, number 8, the junior, who's very scrappy as a defensive specialist, and she's able to cover the whole court.
Yeah, you look at a senior leadership, and especially this time of the year, you have possibly 2 games left. I think this is Heritage Christian's last game before sectional draw, which is going to be Sunday, so they're ready for sectionals after tonight. Guerin has a couple of games left. You just got to get in that momentum. You're in a Class 3 sectional. You're in a very tough sectional because you have one of your conference foes is in that sectional with Babuff. So a consistency. The senior leadership is excellent. Cindy will do a great job. You'll like watching her. Number 2, she'll be on the floor a lot as well. Talking about scrappy, how about the junior? The junior, you won't have to sweep the floor after she gets done because she'll be on the floor 95% of the time tonight. She's probably the vocal leader of this ball club and will play very, very well. We'll see what happens here. Again, you play in this tough conference. Roncalli, Babuff, Chittard, Covenant Christian, Guerin coming off the 2 losing streaks. Park Tudor's not too shabby either, Josh. So you look at those, and it's going to be a tough test tonight, but I think they'll make some noise in their sectional.
Well, definitely a good test tonight, going against a Heritage Christian team that would like to turn the page after a very disappointing loss at home against Roncalli. That was another Indiana SRN game, and Heritage Christian, had that match in the 5th set. They lost their last 3 sets to fall in that one, but they were up 14-11, only needed 1 point, but they lost 6 of 7 points in that final stretch for Roncalli to take the win and the Circle City Conference title.
As you notice that Jerry and I are wearing our black armbands tonight for that very reason. I know you look at that game, and you that's a state championship setting. Good crowd. We had excellent numbers and you're in control. I mean, the first 2 sets went overtime, if you will, and Roncalli just willed themselves not to lose that game. And talking to Dave Lauk after the game on Monday night, one of the things he said was, our coach in the huddle said, there has never been another conference champion since this conference has been played. Let's win. And all of a sudden, everybody realized it's time to play.
Well, as you look at this team, they've got a bunch of solid seniors led by Raven Colvin. You know, she is flying all over the court this season, headed to Purdue next season. On the season, averaging 3.8 kills a set, as well as a kill percentage of 55%, as well as another senior on this team, Kenzie Myers. In 61 sets, she has 136 kills, averaging 2.2% and only third on the team behind Raven Colvin and Elizabeth Phillips. So, again, a very senior-laden squad that is looking to repeat off their success last season, coming off a state title in Class 2A.
When you have seniors like they do, and you have a sophomore, which they do, this team is primed to win another state championship. If you just walk through that, and we'll talk about that more when we come back from our break.
Well, step aside for a moment. You are watching Heritage Christian Volleyball, powered by Indiana SRN.
Hey, Jim, don't touch that, man.
What?
Jim, you never know who's touched these things. It could be places that you wouldn't go. It could have been touched by folks whose hands you wouldn't shake. Like mine.
Ooh, you mean?
Yes, Jim. Dirty money.
You can bring your bad money to the Logan Street Signs and Banner Shop. Just come on in and give it to the little bitty girl that's behind the counter. Bad money is really bad, it's really bad. And this week only, you can take all your bad money, drop it off here at the sign shop. We're running through our special process where we'll clean your money and we'll make it better for you, then we'll give most of it back to you.
I'm here to pick up my laundered money.
Here you go, sir.
This is only a 20. I left a 50.
Sir, don't forget, it's $19.95 for shipping and handling, and don't forget that 1% surcharge for eating in Noblesville.
Drop your dirty money off at Logan Street Signs and Banners, conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
Back from Heritage Christian High School side, today's City Conference matchup on the volleyball side between Heritage Christian and Guerin Catholic. Keith, as we look through the starting lineups for Heritage Christian, you've got that big three of Raven Colvin, Elizabeth Phillips, and Kenzie Myers. What are some of the other names the folks at home should be paying attention to for this Heritage Christian team?
You look at this team, they're averaging 12.2 kills per set. Their hitting percentage is 24.51. I would love to have that as my batting average at playing softball in the softball league. They are senior laden, and what happens to them is when COVID leaves, they get taller. They don't get smaller. You had the Ledbetters. You got the Lily Snyder, which is probably, I think, is one of the best premier setters in the state of Indiana. Raven Colvin, as we mentioned, is going to go to Purdue. But I tell you, the glue that holds this together are the Hickey girls. Kendall Hickey, a sophomore, 5'1", all of her hits every single ball she gets. Her sister, 5'2". Now, if you look at them, they're both 5'1", but Paige is not going to give up anything to Kendall. But Paige is a nucleus as well, hits the ball real well. And I will tell you, Kendall, as a freshman, played on the state championship. She came in late to become their libero, and it made a big difference for them. Communications. One of the things you have to watch for is the sophomore as well. Number 1, Macy Ward. Might see action tonight, but if she does, she'll contribute. And I think from top to bottom, there's not a weak link on this Heritage Ball Club. And yet, with their record being at 21-2, their only 2 losses are Brebeuf and Greenfield Central. Greenfield Central, who we all know is very good in 4A, and Roncalli is the other loss. You look at a blemish at 21-2. It's not too shabby to come in here. But the goal now for Coach K is forget last Monday night, concentrate on a new winning streak, and starts tonight with Guerin Catholic.
Flipping it back to Guerin Catholic now, we mentioned some of those top players in Sydney Jacomowitz as well as Maggie Christ, who are some of the other underrated players for this Guerin Catholic side.
Well, all in all, they're really pretty young. So you put the mix in. You look at a lot of juniors. I like the junior class that they have. And they got to get used to Coach Brown. Again, you go back to where the season started. Coach Brown was looking for a whole entire 22-game schedule. She's only played 8 games. That's tough to get rotation. So you maybe not even be able to see who really is going to contribute until sectional time, because once it gets to sectional time, now you have your lineups in. You're consistent in playing. You're playing every other day, so to speak, in the sectional. And if you win your sectional, you have a week off before you play your regional. You can scout. So this is a tough setting and a tough year for teams like Guerin Catholic and other schools who just really missed the boat because of the virus.
Absolutely, and as the teams are still warming up on the floor, let's take a quick moment to look at the Circle City Conference standings. Starting off with Roncalli, an unblemished 4-0 record in conference play. Of course, their big win coming on Monday night on the road against Heritage Christian. Heritage Christian, of course, second right now, followed by Brebeuf at a 2-2 record. Bishop Chatard, fourth at a 2-3 record. And last but not least, Guerin Catholic, like we mentioned, and Covenant Christian still seeking their first conference win.
Yeah, the conference season is pretty much over after tonight. So you look at Roncalli, 5 years in a row that they have won the conference championship, and I got to do it on the air. Josh is new to us. He's a rookie, so we have an absolutely jar on every single table. Josh says absolutely, it's a quarter. So Wes Snyder, who is listening, good sponsor at Indiana SRN, College Hunks and Movers, he'll appreciate the quarter in the jar tonight, Josh.
Man, I've got to find some other ways to say the A word.
Yeah, it can't be awesome either.
It can't be awesome.
No.
Any sort of A word. Well, while I come up with some other words, let's step aside for a moment. You're watching Heritage Christian Volleyball, powered by Indiana SRN.
Welcome on board.
Your home and office make up a big part of your world. Sometimes trying to manage it all on your own can make you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you need a strong back or two to come to your rescue and haul your stress away. You need the College Hunks. Whether it's time to clear some space for new memories, to reinvent the room around you, or to simply pack up and move into a fresh new beginning, you can count on the Hunks to bear your burden so you don't have to. Let us move you today.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
When Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage. Logan Street Signs and Banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School. back from Heritage Christian High School as we are minutes away from this Circle City Conference matchup between Heritage Christian and Guerin Catholic. Coach, while we have a few minutes, let's go through the volleyball polls. Certainly a lot of teams all across the state, including this Heritage Christian team in the top 5 for Class 2A.
Yeah, let's look at the polls. It's brought to you by our good friends at Burtner Electric. This is for the week of 9/27. In 4A, Yorktown number 1. What a tradition they have in volleyball. Number 2 is Hamilton Southeastern. Number 3 is Munster. Number 4, a good friend of ours, Allison Duncan, is coaching probably the best team she's had in a long, long time at Crown Point. Is number 4, and LaPorte number 5. Going back to that Crown Point team, a couple of years ago, she had a team that probably would have gave Avon fits, but their front row hitter separated her knee on the first hit, and from there it went downhill for her. But Allison, we're praying for you, and we're really excited to have you on the network, and we're also excited to have your team in the top 4. For 3A, Belmont is the amazing story there. Muncie Burris, what a comeback for Muncie Burris. It's been a long time since Muncie Burris has reached the top 5. Muncie Burris used to dominate this sport of volleyball. They are now coming back, and they are coming back with a vengeance. They are number 2. New Prairie is number 3. Fort Wayne Bishop Dwenger is number 4. And number 5, Silver Creek, a team out of the South, and I really believe Silver Creek could get to the championship game. In 2A, it's Bar Reeve, number 1. Wapahani, number 2. Heritage Christian, number 3. With that loss of Roncalli, I think they'll drop to probably number 5, to be all honest with you. Number 4 is Andrean. Number 5, Triton Central. And Triton Central and Heritage, if both teams win out their sectional, guess what first-round regional game we would have? Triton Central, Heritage Christian, could be a doozy.
Wow.
In 1A, Trinity Lutheran just keeps on rolling. Pioneer, Spring Valley, Lagodi, and Cowan. And Cowan, once again, is making some noise. And there's their top 5 rankings. They're out every week. We appreciate the Coaches Association to put those on for us and give those to us. And if we can, side note, if we notice Heritage Christian wearing all pink tonight in honoring breast cancer awareness. And I think it's kind of cool that a lot of schools are now doing this, Josh. I know you've been around the state of Indiana calling some games, and you see shoestrings on Friday nights and knee pads, but it's pretty cool that kids have done that. Covenant Christian and Danville did it earlier this season. They call it the Battle of the Warriors because both of those teams are warriors, and they go get pledges during the game. The JV teams go up and collect money and raise great money for that cause, and I think it's terrific that kids have the ability to do that, and I think it just adds a little bit more class to the game itself.
No question about it, as we are just minutes away from this match taking off.
Let's look at our football schedule for tomorrow. Indiana SRM brings you the radio game of the week. It's Tri-County and Frontier. Southport goes to Terre Haute North. Edinburgh goes to Traders Point. Newcastle gets to go to Mount Vernon. If Mount Vernon wins that game, they are just 2 games away from a perfect season. Nice job by Mike Kirshner this season. Beech Grove and Park Tudor. It is Park Tudor's homecoming. That should be an interesting game. Our web TV games, Northview takes on Guerin Catholic. Heritage Christian takes on LaPel. Crimson Knights takes on Covenant Christian. And a game that Josh will have, Triton Central Cecina. And, boy, you got a pretty good matchup to both of those teams. Conference schools that should be interesting. And nice little pan of the crowd. And we saw a couple of fans in there. And that nacho looks awful good that little girl has there. And there's the pep rally team. And they're all dressed in pink tonight.
It's definitely nice to see a solid crowd, all things considered with the regulations and the COVID regulations, I should say. To go back to your point, Coach, that matchup between Cecina and Triton Central, that's going to be played on Beech Grove's new turf. And, man, I have yet to see that, but I've got some good friends over there that cover Beech Grove football, and, man, what a nice facility it is, all the renovations and everything.
We can talk about this a lot, but if you look at the state of Indiana and the facilities that we put our high school kids in, and then the state tournaments, the locations we put our state tournament in, Many years ago, Bobby Cox, who now has retired from the association, and now Paul Neidig has done an exceptional good job. It is so cool. And to be an affiliate with the Indiana High School Athletic Association, with Indiana SRN and them, it is so cool. I cannot tell you the great places we have been to be able to do what we do.
And speaking of nice facilities, how about this Heritage Christian
brand new floor?
Brand new floor, and of course it'll be the site of the city tournament on the volleyball side. Next week, the semifinals and the finals will be played on this floor.
Kurt Darling and I will have the games for you on Wednesday night, those two semifinals at 6 and 7:30. And then Thursday night, a week from tonight, 7:30. Sorry, you can't watch the Survivor. You got to watch who survives the city championship game. As you look at the number 1 seed, Heritage Christian number 1 seed, Cathedral number 2. Both teams play very, very well. That could be the matchup we could see, but I will tell you, Christmas Addicts has made a great dent in volleyball in the City Lions. And I tell you, my sleeper of all sleepers, don't go to sleep on Chittard. Chittard could surprise some people. But we'll see next week as our coverage, our wall-to-wall coverage begins Monday night. So check out our Twitter, check out our webpage, as we'll keep you abreast of all the games that are going on in the City Alliance tournament next week.
As you see on your screen right now, both teams are now on the floor. The visiting team, Guerin Catholic being introduced to the floor first in their white jerseys. The libero number 8, Maggie Christ. As you mentioned, one of those vocal leaders for this team. The starting lineups consisting of Claire Castor, Catherine Loso, Amelia Nickham, Maya DeCreen, Ella Murphy, and Sydney Jakomowitz.
As Heritage Christian in their home black and in that white jersey, yes, that's number 6. As that's Gracie Ledbetter. She will be the libero tonight. And, for all the fans that are watching, I think when Indiana put the libero into this game, it's made it fun. Raleigh Scores made this fun. By the way, if you just missed the JV, Guerin Catholic won the JV game 2-1. And in the freshman game, Heritage Christian wins 2-0. So a great game intact, and we're about ready to play volleyball. It's pink shoestrings and everything else going on.
We'll step aside for a moment. You are watching Heritage Christian Volleyball, powered by Indiana SRN.
In today's fast-moving business world, effectively marketing your company takes hard work, creativity, and the right team. With over 40 years of experience, PIP has been enabling companies large and small to find success in achieving their business objectives. We understand the challenges our clients face. That's why we have a variety of print solutions suited to fit your every need. Whatever your printing request may be, from a quick turnaround on a company brochure for an upcoming trade show, a direct mail piece that needs to be designed, printed, and mailed, to complex marketing projects, PIP is sure to have the right print solution for you. Nothing grabs attention like a well-crafted sign. It can transform virtually any surface into an eye-catching experience, boosting your marketing appeal. From banners, posters, floor graphics, and window decals, to wayfinding and yard signs. We not only help with sign design and getting it installed, we also integrate them into your overall marketing strategy, designed to help you win. PIP also provides best-in-class integrated marketing solutions to help you make the most out of your next campaign. Our approach to marketing ensures that your strategy is seamlessly executed across all media, online and offline, so your business always looks its best. At PIP, we understand it takes a team to achieve business growth, and that's why we're here to help. Get to know PIP and let us make your world a better place.
Back from Heritage Christian High School, just moments away from this Circle City Conference volleyball matchup getting underway. Real quick before this match gets started, Coach Keith, what are your keys to this one?
Well, if you're Heritage Christian, you had a tough loss on Monday. You want to forget about it, and you want a quick start. And you do not want Guerin to have any hope to win this game. So you are on the gas pedal, 0 to 75 miles an hour, and then stay there. If you are Guerin, you hope they have that hangover, and you get a little bit of break, and you get a little momentum, and all of a sudden, I will tell you, underdogs tend to have little sparks, and it will continue to roll. And this could be a 4 to 5 game match. My heart thinks it will only go 3, but boy, I hope Guerin Catholic has a great show, because both of these schools are excellent and both are well coached. Both of them are our schools as well. We cover both of these schools, so this is a tough one for us. So calling it down the middle, it's going to be a lot of fun. It should be fun. But watch the quick start by Heritage Christian. The advantage is Guerin gets to serve the ball first, which is good, as we do not have a coin toss any longer. The visiting team gets the ball first and then rotate until if we get to game 5, then we have a coin toss.
Another solid matchup in the Circle City Conference.
Is Santa Claus refereeing for us? Because that guy
does look like Santa Claus.
Tell you what. All right.
Well, set to serve it away is Claire Castor, the 6-foot junior. Of course, Guerin Catholic trying to get on a fast start as we're underway at Heritage Christian. Coming on the set, Raven Colvin with the first kill of the match for Heritage Christian.
It wasn't a great kill, but it got there, so that's great. Now Snyder on the serve.
Lily Snyder, the 5'9 senior. The setter. The medium serve. Launching it back over. Well played by Guerin Catholic to answer Heritage Christian's first point.
Murphy did a nice job of returning that ball and just put it down the middle, and someone's got to communicate about who's supposed to get that hit, because that ball should never hit the ground.
Serving it now, Sophie Thomas, the 5'7 senior. Played by the libero. Pushing over the net, and it looks like a net violation, as the point will be awarded to Guerin Catholic.
Miss Lowry in the net for Heritage Christian.
Thomas set to serve it away again. Snyder setting up Colvin. Taps it in, and that is saved. Well played by Guerin Catholic. Colvin once again with a hard spike. And some sloppiness back from Guerin Catholic. Heritage Christian lucky to get a break right there.
You get a pancake, you get a save, you get a dig, you lose the point, but boy, oh boy, oh boy, those are little breaks. If it falls, you start feeling pretty confident about yourself.
Serving it now, Kendall Hickey, the 5'1 sophomore. One of that young part of the young talent, up-and-coming talent for Heritage Christian, as Colvin serves it over the net. Down the other way, another push shot for Guerin Catholic, answered easily. And that one has a bit too much sauce, but it looks like Guerin Catholic tipped it at the net, so the point will go to Heritage Christian.
Yeah, the tip late, and Heritage gets that point.
Tied at 2 apiece. Or 3-2, excuse me, Heritage Christian in front. Another attacking error for Guerin Catholic as Heritage Christian has scored 2 in a row.
This is the sophomore we talked about, Kendall Hickey. I tell you what, she's just got a different rotation on her serve, and it really makes it tough. That's a knuckleball right there.
Knuckleball down the middle, like you said, Coach. Trying to save that, and Kendall Hickey unable to, so Guerin gets the point, now 4-3.
One of the things I love about girls' sports is they dive on every single ball. I coached guys basketball. No one wanted to dive on the floor. Girls, they'll go at it.
No lack of effort early on in this first set. Of course,
love it.
Heritage Christian in front. Deep serve being played. Reversing the field that time, Elizabeth Phillips gets the kill.
Again, you look at the approach that Elizabeth had. She could have gone either right down the lane or went opposite side. No one was there. See, no one's over that protection. Hit that 10-foot mark, and that's exactly what you want.
Now set to serve, Raven Colvin. As we mentioned, the Purdue commit, as that appears to be an ace serve.
Good look at Raven.
Now Heritage Christian trying to get a little bit of cushion in this first set. This time it is playing cleanly, but Claire Castor, the 6-foot junior, unable to set up her teammate.
Guerin really needs a stop here.
Colvin making things difficult on the serve.
Oh my.
And another attacking error, I should say. This time the libero, Maggie Christ, unable to control that cleanly.
Yeah, Maggie was not set. Her platform was not solid that time, and it went off that right arm. And here's the lead that Heritage Christian really will feed on.
Can Guerin Catholic end a scoring drought? Not on that play, as it's now 5 in a row. Timeout on the floor as head coach Haley Brown wants to talk things over. We'll keep it here. But again, Keith, as we mentioned, Heritage Christian trying to get off to this fast start. Right now they lead by 6 in the first set.
Yeah, communication's much better. You could see that. Also, if you look at the way they play, they will balance the floor a lot better than a lot of other people do. And you can just see the confidence that's building for them.
Well, do you know Indiana SRN streams more than 300 games a year that reach millions? If you would like to help us put kids first by advertising on Indiana SRN, contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Guerin Catholic in a bit of a scoring drought right now. 5 unanswered for Heritage Christian.
But 4 straight aces as well for Heritage Christian. And when you can score that quickly, that's pretty impressive.
Well, on the season, Raven Colvin has coming into this match, Raven Colvin had 25 aces. She's been living in the serving area in this first set. This time, Guerin Catholic trying to answer right back. On the attack was Abby Menon. Now Guerin Catholic trying to answer. Good back and forth volley between these two clubs.
Oh, nice touch.
Sending it right back to Guerin Catholic. This time, Ella Murphy, the 5'9" sophomore, gets it done for Guerin, ending that scoring drought.
At that time, though, Raven does 2 things wrong here. Raven takes the ball that Kendall should have had, but Kendall needs to call her off. But great volleyball for the Golden Eagles.
Murphy credited with her 2nd kill of the night. Is Guerin trying to claw their way back from a 5-point deficit here in the first set. Trying to reverse it that time, Heritage Christian well prepared. Amaya Lowry sending it back over. Here comes the Golden Eagles.
Oh.
And well played by Elizabeth Phillips, finding that soft spot in the zone.
They disguised Meenan. Meenan was in the middle of the floor. She passed on the ball. Phillips hit the ball. And when you're on the floor, you have no idea who's going to get that ball. Great surprise. Way to balance the floor.
Now it's Paige Hickey's turn to serve. And the point is awarded to Guerin Catholic as that serve is out of bounds. Heritage Christian ahead by 5, first set. And that one is a little bit too hard for Menon, so 2 in a row now for the Golden Eagles.
Nice running start, but I tell you what, Guerin Catholic was ready to put that ball back in play. Guerin Catholic has really looked sharp here in game number 1.
Murphy serves it again. Almost an ace for Murphy, as Heritage Christian just sending it back over the net.
Pancake.
Good. Nice pancake there, like you said. And Heritage Christian able to recover well, gets the point.
The rule on the pancake, if your hand is on the floor, it has to stay on the floor. It cannot go up. If it goes up, it's called a carry. Excellent play. Excellent play.
Maggie Ledbetter, her first trip at the serving line. Serving it over and well played there.
Ball had eyes, didn't it?
As Hickey was unable to get the dig or the pancake like you mentioned, Coach.
Pretty impressive.
And the libero for Guerin Catholic, Maggie Christ, set to serve once again. Guerin Catholic hanging around in this first set, only down by 4. But Heritage Christian that time gets the point. Some sloppiness on the side of Guerin Catholic.
Guerin Catholic boys is playing Zionsville tonight, and soccer will get you an update here in just a second.
As Gracie Ledbetter gets the serve. Dive on the floor. And once again, Hickey unable to set up her teammates. Guerin Catholic once again cutting it to 4.
With 6 minutes to play in the first half, Guerin Catholic leads Zionsville in boys soccer 2-0. That is on our sister station on Indiana SRNs. So stay with us. We'll keep you updated.
That is a surprising score, especially considering Zionsville being the reigning Class 3A state champs on the boys' side. No, Guerin always has a solid program in boys soccer, as we see right now, Guerin Catholic on the women's volleyball side still hanging around with Heritage Christian in this first set.
Nice.
Setting it up, Castor. And flinging it over. Well played by the Golden Eagles.
You got to move your feet in volleyball. You just can't lunge after the ball. And I tell you what, the confidence that Guerin Catholic has right now is stupendous. It's really good volleyball, folks.
Thomas sends it over. Heritage Christian trying to create separation, and Colvin slams it down, but it looks like it is out of bounds. So point, Guerin Catholic.
Coach Brown is working hard tonight, boy.
Again, both teams trying to end 2-match losing skids. Of course, on the Indiana SRN, earlier this week, Heritage Christian with a tough loss at home to Roncalli. This time, Colvin throws it down to get the point for Heritage Christian.
Let's see what kind of spark they'll have. Look at the height. That young lady is going to go to Purdue, and I am a Boilermaker through and through. I got a feeling I'm going to watch some volleyball games up there in the next 4 years.
Kendall Hickey serves it away. Controlled cleanly by the Golden Eagles. Hickey gets the dig.
Got to get this.
Libero saves it, and it's just flung over to keep the possession alive. And this time, Amaya Thomas.
Oh,
good attack.
Stayed in bounds.
This time, Thomas able to get it done, as there was no one on that near side for Guerin Catholic. $10 points now for Heritage Christian. 10 points separate them from their first set win. Murphy with it now in a push shot. That's controlled cleanly. Colvin fakes it now to Lowry, who gets it done once again.
As you notice, they went away from Colvin that time to go to the weak side. I like this set. That's all Lily Snyder. She calls that from the floor.
And Lowry, one of those outside hitters who has done a good job complimenting Colvin and this senior-laden squad for Heritage Christian. As Phillips sends it over the end line, that will be going to Guerin Catholic.
They called that a violation on Snyder because she crossed the center line with her foot.
Good catch right there, coaches.
Worse, I hate that call.
Here's the set.
Oh!
And that's sent right back. Excellent defensive play made. Sydney Giacomowitz, one of the defenders on that one. Let's take another look.
Look at Sydney. Look at this ability. Nice. Both of them got that.
Ella Murphy and Giacomowitz sending it right back to Heritage Christian.
They share a block.
But Colvin with some other answer. Well, she tried to answer right back. Instead, it falls out of bounds. And Guerin Catholic all of a sudden within 3 of Heritage Christian.
Yeah, and the line judge, I tell you, line judge deserves a Coke because she took a hit on the knee, and that's a hard hit.
Murphy sends it over to Heritage Christian. Phillips. Good dig. Back over. Another back and forth volley. As Lowry tried to spike it, and the point, it might have been a net violation.
Got the 4 hits.
The 4 hits, excuse me. And a timeout on the floor. Guerin Catholic cutting it to 2. We will step aside for a moment. You are watching Heritage Christian Volleyball, powered by Indiana SRN.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian High School, and we're looking for our 750th subscriber on YouTube for a $50 gift card at Aspen Creek Grill and Fishers. Subscribe today and never miss another game.
Yep, and when you win that $50 gift certificate, I'll be happy to help you eat some of your food.
Definitely in the mood for some food right now, as Guerin Catholic has scored 4 of the last 5 and have cut it to a 2-point game. Roosevelt Colvin trying to end that drought. But Guerin Catholic doing a good job answering every single strike Heritage Christian has until that play right there.
You know, Guerin Catholic seems to me like they're the team, as we see the finished play there by Lowry. They're a team that's saying, okay, everybody thinks we're going to get smoked. We're going to go in and we're going to give Heritage everything they need. And I tell you what, they have played very, very well in game number 1.
A hungry team led by a former Division II All-American in Haley Brown. Only down by 3. As that kill was made by Abby Menon for Heritage Christian. A good timeout by head coach Kyla Thomas for Heritage Christian. Seemed like she was able to corral the troops a bit after that run for Guerin Catholic. Colvin set to serve it away.
Oh, lack of communication.
Yep, some miscommunication, like you said. Again, just going back to that youth and inexperience for this Guerin Catholic side.
Yeah, you know, you mentioned that timeout. 60% of the time that you call that timeout, you get a side out the next play, and it usually pays very well. I think it's higher than 60%, but people tell me it's 60, so we'll just go with the stats. Oh, that's a nice serve.
Colvin again doing a good job in this first set when serving, but Guerin Catholic that time gets the score. It's a bit of a volley error for Heritage Christian. And now set to serve is Kylie Oswald, the 5'7" junior.
She's a middle hitter as well. She'll go back and she'll make some noise here. She needs a couple good serves here.
Here's Phillips sending it back. And Guerin Catholic just choosing to reset on defense. Good dig right there as Murphy gets it swatted right back by Amaya Lowry.
Maya has done a nice job at the net, as now she will leave as they will rotate, and Paige Hickey comes in, Kendall Hickey comes in to serve.
Maya Lowry on the season with 52 blocks. That's just a tad under 1 block a set. Paige Hickey serving it over to Guerin Catholic. They're down by 5. Heritage Christian looking with a whistle on the floor as Abby Menon was down momentarily.
I think they had a line or a girl in the net for Guerin because they gave Heritage a point. I saw the girl go down and I didn't really pay attention to the call. Sorry, folks.
Heritage 4 points away from their first set win. A good play made by Claire Castor as Heritage Christian unable to control that strike. Deep serve. And Menon with a little push shot gets the point for Heritage Christian.
Got a timeout by Guerin Catholic. As it is, now Heritage Christian, the point's getting a little bit closer to 25, so you have less mistakes that you can really do at this time. It's a nice little shot in the huddle here. Indiana SRN brings you high school football tomorrow. Don't forget to join us. 9 big games on the network tomorrow,
including a big one between Cecina and Triton Central.
Well, there's 2 big ones. Newcastle and Mount Verde's a big one as well on the radio game.
Anytime that Mike Kirshner is on,
it's a big game.
Mount Vernon, that's a big game. Yep. But did Grandma miss your big game? Subscribe today to our YouTube channel to catch every game. Watch it again on demand.
Over and over and over again. In fact, I know that you watched the game this afternoon.
That's how I did my homework for this one. A good match between Roncalli and Heritage Christian. Again, that one was to decide the winner of the Circle City Conference. Of course, Heritage Christian falling in 5 sets. They led that one 14-11 in the 5th set, but 6 out of 7 points went to Roncalli, and Heritage Christian fell just short of a Circle City Conference title. They're trying to get it done tonight, and they are now 2 points away from getting their first set win.
So now at this point, if you're Heritage Christian, what you want to do is just put the ball in play and make Guerin make plays.
Maggie led better set to serve. Played by the libero for Guerin Catholic. Ricocheted around, but controlled by Guerin Catholic, as the point will go to Heritage Christian, and we will have our first set point of the night.
Meaning on the kill if you're keeping score at home.
And a serving error made by Ledbetter, and Guerin Catholic with a chance to retaliate. Set to serve now is Claire Castor. Here's the set. Back and forth we go. Another tap over the net. Well played once again. That hit out of bounds in the first set of the night. Will go to Heritage Christian, winning that one 25-18.
So now if you're Heritage Christian, you got that taste out of your mouth. If you're Guerin, you look, we were a competitive game, set number 1. Let's see what we can do. But if you're Heritage Christian right now, you got to feel pretty good, and you got to get that momentum going. We'll see what game number 2 will look like.
Of course, Guerin Catholic with all the youth on their side, still trying to get their footing. Of course, they have lost at least 7 matches, as we will step aside once again. You are watching Heritage Christian Volleyball, powered by Indiana SRN.
Make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.indianasrn.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Your home and office make up a big part of your world. Sometimes trying to manage it all on your own can make you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you need a Let us move you today.
Never miss that upcoming game. Go to YouTube, hit that red button just like Josh did today, and you can make every game, all the notifications, all those games, and you can watch these games again Saturday morning. Northview Guerin Catholic, Heritage Christian LaPel, Crimson Knights and Covenant Christian, Triton Central and Cecina. Those are our webcast games tomorrow night. Our radio games are Tri-County and Frontier. That should be a great game. Southport, Terre Haute, North Edinburgh, Traders Point, Newcastle, Mount Vernon, and Beech Grove travels to Park Tudor. Park Tudor only one loss on the year this year for football. That's very impressive. As they're looking, if they win tomorrow, they assure themselves of a winning season for the first time in about 3 years. Good job by the Panthers of Park Tudor.
Some great insight there from Coach Keith Myers.
Let's look at a live look-in at the soccer game that's at Guerin Catholic. By magic, there it is. Guerin Catholic leads at halftime, 2-0. We like to remind you that we will have girls sectional in soccer as we will be at Guerin Catholic next Thursday night, as Guerin Catholic will either take on Zionsville girls or Westfield girls or Indianapolis Tech. That will be determined on Monday night. But there's a live look in at, I do believe Tellion is our camera guy there, and Jonathan Mathis and Joey Limstern on the call. Clay Retro, our producer. And so live look-ins is something new for Indiana SRN. I know you're not used to seeing that, but I'm pretty excited about our new little toy that Jerry has created.
I like this feature. Keeps me up to date on everything going on around the state. Meanwhile, speaking of camera people, a quick shout out to our camera person tonight, Chance Middleton. Down at the floor for Heritage Christian, of course. Keith, you and I broadcasting this one off-site.
Here we go, game number 2.
Heritage Christian trying to create some more separation against Guerin Catholic in this Circle City Conference matchup. And if you're just joining us, Guerin Catholic on the right side, Heritage Christian on the left side. Both teams trying to break a 2-match losing streak. As Kenzie Myers gets the first kill of the second set for Heritage Christian.
As you see, both teams have the same lineup they ended the game with. Very interesting.
Ledbetter, the libero, sends it over to Guerin Catholic. Well played by Ledbetter, and Colvin slamming it down, and unfortunately for Maggie Chris, she was on the wrong end of that one.
Yeah, but she got it up, which is really kind of cool. She got it up, the ball just went out of bounds, but man, I tell you what, they have had some great balls that just went crazy on them.
Colvin, of course, leading the team in kills this season, heading into this one with 232. That's good for just under 4 kills a set. And a whistle on the floor, another violation going against Guerin Catholic. Point Heritage Christian.
Net violation on Catherine Loso. Can't touch that net, any part of that net. Grazed it when she was going back to get the ball.
Guerin Catholic still searching for their first point of the second set. Had a good back and forth battle in the first one, but right now Heritage Christian not messing around. And in fear of another violation, Guerin Catholic was indecisive on that one. So
do I hit it and get called for carry, or do I hit it and he may pass on it?
Well, nonetheless, Heritage Christian off to a 4-0 run to start this second set. Golden Eagles in a bit of disarray right now as that block falls out of bounds.
You know, when I coached the game, I told our girls, hit every single ball because you never know what they're going to call and what they're not going to call. That's catch-22, and it's a great play.
Let's serve for Ledbetter. Another little tap over the net. And Colvin showing some more finesse on that one rather than some strength.
What is that called? A butterfly hit? Look at this. This is crazy, folks, because she's going to hit it very hard and then just dink right there at the campfire. As our good friend Anthony Golly, who's coached many years and is also one of our color analysts, will say, the campfire will keep you warm. Well, it's cold outside. The campfire definitely will keep Heritage Christian nice and warm. Good timeout here, 6-0. You just feel like Heritage Christian is beginning to take over.
It really does. Danger time now for Guerin Catholic. Of course, coming on the 1st of October, trying to avoid spooky season
Oh, my goodness.
for these Golden Eagles. I see that eye roll, Keith.
Yeah. Well, the jar is still there for you, so you haven't said it yet.
I'm not going to say any more A words for the rest of the season, or at least I'm going to try my best not to say any more words that start with A, B, S. Guerin Catholic, meanwhile, still searching for their first point of the second set, and they get one right there.
Josh is our new kid on the block, and basketball season's coming. So, Josh, I know you're going to store up some quarters in that. So, at the end of the year, we might have a big pizza party.
I mean,
but you're not the only one that uses that.
I was going to say, I'm a bit short on coins right now, and like the rest of this country right now, a bit of a coin shortage right now. But meanwhile, Heritage Christian trying to answer right back, and that appears to stay.
It hit the corner.
So it does stay in bounds,
Yes.
so point going to Heritage Christian.
And the line judge did it with authority, so she felt pretty confident.
Good call by the line judges. There was some confusion on the floor. Meanwhile, Lily Snyder set to serve it for Heritage Christian. Castor setting it up for her teammates. A good dive made by Phillips. That ball grazed the nets, but nonetheless, Guerin Catholic unable to get the dig, and Heritage Christian off to a fast start in this second set.
Yeah, the communication is a little bit different than match number 1 for Guerin Catholic. They just need to regroup here.
Castor again with the set. This time, Nickham sends it over. Well played. A bit of a misjudgment made by Heritage Christian as Guerin Catholic gets the point.
The frustrating thing as a coach, look at this. You got a player, no one there to answer that door. You got to shut down the back door.
Now Sophie Thomas once again will serve this for the Golden Eagles. Set made by Snyder. And a bit too much sauce made by Kenzie Myers. I think she was trying to send a message, but maybe not the right one on that play. So after a 6-0 start in the second set, Guerin Catholic started to close in a little bit. Snyder with the set, and Colvin throwing it down once again for Heritage Christian.
All year long, when they needed a point, they go to her, and somehow she just electrifies the whole entire team.
And you and I talked about this in the pregame. When Colvin is out there on the floor,
they're a different team.
They're just a different team.
Yep.
This time the line judge rules that one out of bounds. So Heritage Christian once again with the points. First to hit double figures in the second set.
Again, sectional play begins in 2 weeks. Heritage Christian's going to Western Boone to play in their sectional.
Bit of a dangerous play right there as Claire Castor ran into the stands.
Western Boone, Park Tudor, Sheridan, and Heritage in that sectional. Again, Guerin Catholic will go to Babuff and play in that sectional in the 3A.
We mentioned how Heritage Christian, one of the only Central Indiana teams in the most recent coaches polls. Where do you feel like they stack up as far as this Class 2A bracket?
Oh, they're the defending state champion. Once you're a defending state champion, you're a state champion until you get knocked off. They catch fire and they consistently play well. They're going to be a tough out.
Nickham with a serving error.
You look at the 20-2 record that they have, the 2 losses, Roncalli last week, Monday, and then you look at Greenville Central, another powerhouse in 4A. I mean, they've really ran the table in this schedule and really have played well. Again, the inconsistency time of Guerin Catholic not be able to play because of some of the virus that went on, and they've lost most of their season because of that, and you just don't know the true team of Guerin Catholic quite yet.
Meanwhile, Heritage Christian more than halfway through to their second set win of this contest. as the ball grazed the net, and Castor is unable to control that. Well, make sure you follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Get updated scores, game day schedules, and much more. That is at IndianaSRN.
And we are monitoring our Twitter account tonight, so if you want to tweet us at IndianaSRN, say, yo, I'm watching, I'll give you a shout out.
Keith over here always checking the mentions for IndianaSRN. Almost always good, right?
They're my peeps. I don't know what that means, but.
Meanwhile, Elizabeth Phillips gets the job done for Heritage Christian, again attacking that weak spot for Guerin Catholic, as we see on this replay. Absolutely no one in that area. And I just caught myself saying absolutely again. I'm up to 50 cents, Keith.
Now 75.
Now 75. Man, getting me on every single time.
Got a violation on Heritage Christian. That's on Phillips.
Violation, like you said, so Guerin Catholic gets the point, but they now cut it to single digits. Again, after a very competitive first set. Heritage Christian well in control in set number 2. That one again misjudged. You had 5 players huddled around the net. What was that campfire reference you mentioned, Coach?
Well, the campfire is the 10-foot mark in the corner to corner. Those are usually called the campfire shots, but if you're nowhere near that, somebody has to be communicating, and you got to balance the floor. I think Heritage Christian has done a nice job of getting Guerin out of system game number 2.
Well, Oswald setting it up now. Well played by Ledbetter. As Kenzie Myers will once again get another kill. We've got a timeout once again on the floor. Head coach Haley Brown not pleased with her team as they are in another danger zone right now, facing a 17-6 deficit. We'll keep it on the floor right here. But this Heritage Christian team, like we mentioned, trying to shake off two straight losses. They look like they're well on their way to breaking that streak tonight.
Indiana SRN brings you sectional volleyball action in 2 weeks. Stay with us. We'll have our schedule. The draw is Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock. Once the draw is done, then our crew will get together and see what games we would like to bring to you. We will cover some of those sectional actions, so join us on Indiana SRN. Also, don't forget to join the network starting tomorrow as golf championship starts. It is on the ISHATV.org. Follow the state championship golf as there will be 100 golfers trying to be a state champion. It's a great time of year. Championships starting in the association.
Meanwhile, Guerin Catholic trying to do what they can to turn the tide in the second set. Nearly get a point right there. Instead, Oswald will reset it. Now Heritage Christian with a turn to answer. And that one was last touched by Oswald before falling out of bounds. Point Heritage Christian.
We just got an update. Guerin Catholic just scored at the 30-35 mark of the second half. Lead 3-0 over Zionsville.
Again, another very surprising score line, especially considering Zionsville. They've got a tough first-round draw going against North Central next week in the sectionals. It's going to be a good one to pay attention to as
Guerin scores that point on the touch.
But again, it might be too little too late as Heritage Christian only 6 points away from their second set win already. Serving it now, Castor for Guerin Catholic. Sending it back over, and again, the Golden Eagles trying to get the block, but they're unable to field it inbounds. And checking back in is Raven Colvin, who has made her presence known tonight.
Yeah, now you only have to push to 5 here. So you're forcing Guerin to play near perfect.
Ledbetter with another serving error, so.
That jinx brought to you by Keith Myers. No quarter, just a jinx.
Gotta wonder how many times I gotta wonder, Keith, how many times you bring the announcer jinx into play.
I'm at about 75%, Josh.
75%. I've had my fair share of announcer jinxes in my years of a play-by-play, so I'll do my best while I'm here on Indiana SRN not to bring that curse here. As Colvin doing her job once again, Christ had no answer.
Our buddy, look at this. Nice hit. Our buddy Drake Wally is watching. Drake, get well, buddy. We're pulling for you and glad that you're tuning in tonight.
Now a push to 4 for Heritage Christian. Snyder sends it over the net. Down the other way, and a bit misjudged right there for Guerin Catholic.
This is when, ball goes out of bounds. This is when you just try to regroup if you're Guerin, just to talk to each other up, get your hopes up a little bit, maybe play through a couple more points here.
So correction, now the score is 21-8. And again, another error another fielding error that time.
Yeah, just unforced turnovers where you just can't get to the ball quite.
Coming up at the end of the second half, we will check in once again between Guerin Catholic and Zionsville on the boys soccer side. But meanwhile, right now, Heritage Christian trying to put the Golden Eagles of Guerin Catholic away.
Another violation, just got in the net as they was ready to set the ball in the front row, just hitting the net. Now 23-8.
Get a much more complete performance in set number 2.
They played a little bit stronger, didn't they?
Just a bit. Yeah. Looking like a reigning state champ on this Thursday night.
Oh, nice.
Meanwhile, Phillips sending it right back over. Guerin Catholic trying to answer right back. Bit of an awkward bump, but that one is still in play. That is still in play. Well played. And 2 Eagles for Heritage Christian tried to play that between Ledbetter and Snyder. Neither of them coming up with it.
Look at this play. This ball is completely down. We missed that one, but Ledbetter out of nowhere kept that ball alive. Good camera shot, fellas.
Great back and forth volley. Probably one of the lone bright spots in this second set for Guerin Catholic. Thomas sending it over. Here's Colvin once again. Still in play, but the point will still go to Heritage Christian. Another set point coming up.
1 away.
And Kendall Hickey will now try to do it on her own as she will serve this set point. Down the other way. That one is deflected. Good job, good teamwork by Raven Colvin and Elizabeth Phillips. Almost sent that one back to Noblesville.
As Heritage Christian wins match number 2, 25-9. Let's go to a live look-in now at Guerin Catholic as Guerin Catholic leads Zionsville 3-0. Let's join Jonathan Mathis and Joey Lindstrom on the call.
Leo Badalo, and number 2, Lucas Pignon. Back into the match for the Golden Eagles.
Thank you, PA guy.
Just to clarify, it'll be a throw-in for Wagner in Zionsville. A bomb. Now, coming up tomorrow on Indiana SRN, it's one of the most prolific days in the network's history of football broadcasts. We got 10 of them, including the Guerin Catholic Golden Eagles hosting Northview, the Knights. You can tune in at 7 o'clock. We'll have that on the webcast.
Huge night for Indiana SRN.
Man, there's a lot of games. You're talking about which one are you calling? We'll just give it a little rundown.
Sure, yeah. Tomorrow is Heritage Christian at LaPel. It's going to be a huge, huge game. LaPel coming off a win last week. Heritage Christian also coming off a win last week. Actually a loss last week against Covenant Christian, so they're going to have to figure out how to recover. And, it'll be a really, really good game. And we'll be on site for that one, and it'll be a great atmosphere, so we're excited.
Yeah, that Covenant Christian team, quite good.
Quite good. They've had a strong running game. It really seems like they're unbeatable.
And so far they have been. Here comes a throw-in for Guerin Catholic. The full schedule coming up on Friday, the radio games, and there's a lot of them. If you want to do a little old-fashioned new age approach, listen to the radio on the computer. Tri-County visits Frontier, Southport at Terre Haute North, Edinburgh at Traders Point, Newcastle at Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon having a fantastic season.
Welcome back to Heritage Christian. Keith Myers and Joey N. Am I pretty close?
Josh A.N.
Josh.
Close
what
enough.
What did I call you, George?
You called me Joey N.
Oh well, whatever.
Joey, Josh. That's a new one.
I'll just call you buddy. No, I'll throw the absolutely Jari, and I'll throw the quarter in there for you. Guerin Catholic and Heritage Christian 25-18, 25-9. That was a live look-in of the sectional. I'd like to remind you that we will have sectional coverage for you right here on the Family and Networks. Also, the city tournament coming up, the semifinals and finals, but we will cover from start to finish of all that, so stay with us. Check out our Twitter page at Indiana SRN. And NFL football, the quarter just started. Broncos 0, Jets 0. But who cares about the NFL? Back to you.
As we start set 3 now, Roosevelt Colvin a little too gentle on that shot. As a 4-hit violation on Heritage Christian, Guerin Catholic opens with a 1-0 lead in set number 3. First time they've led, I believe, all night.
That's correct. Good job, Josh.
An astute observation. And what a touch right there from Lily Snyder, but Guerin Catholic was ready. Another little gentle shot this time from Raven Colvin as Heritage Christian ties it up at 1 apiece.
Just got another update. Guerin Catholic just scored again to bring it 4-0. I tell you what, they're ready for sectional play, aren't they?
They really are.
That team is going to be ready.
It's going to be a great tournament to keep an eye on in Class 3A for boys soccer. Meanwhile, we continue to cover the action here at Heritage Christian in this city conference matchup. That time, Amaya Lowry gets the job done for the Eagles.
You know, you look at this Guerin Catholic roster from top to bottom. They only have 2 seniors in the whole entire program. Their JV team has 4 freshmen and 5 sophomores. Then their freshman team, all freshmen, and they play very, very well. So Coach Brown will have some great players coming in a year or so.
Meanwhile, Heritage Christian in win now mode. Of course, coming off that state title last year, trying to make it 2 in a row when sectionals start in a couple of weeks. As we have another back and forth volley and return to sender once again between Colvin and Lowry.
You know, you look at the 2A and you look at the standings, you know, you're going to see Barb Reed, Wapahani, and then Heritage Christian, Andrea, and Triton Central. Of the top 5, 4 of them are in the north, which makes it really tough trip for the northern schools. And, you know, Triton Central and Heritage Christian will come from the south. So could be very interesting matchups.
Trying to reverse the field that time. Kenzie Myers, it appeared to hit out of bounds as there's another substitution coming into play.
But anytime you have a Delaware County team in the top 5, for example, Wapahani, you just got, your eyes are on top of there.
Guerin Catholic ending the 3-0 run for Heritage Christian. Meanwhile, the Eagles score right back.
And I stand corrected. Our producer just told me in the ear that I announced the wrong score. Zionsville scores. So Zionsville now down just 3-1 with 21 minutes to go in the second half.
Hickey fields it into play. Meanwhile, the libero for Guerin Catholic taking care of business, Maggie Christ. Again, one of those vocal leaders for this young squad, and she will probably be a force to reckon with for the Golden Eagles team down the road, especially next season.
Oh, nice.
Back and forth, third set as Colvin getting it done once again inbounds, and she is letting her teammates know about it too.
Yeah, she got kind of excited there, didn't she, the headband? You know, I used to wear a headband back in the day, Josh.
Oh, did you know?
Yeah. Held back the ball spots.
There's no shame in wearing a headband now.
Okay.
Five to 3 your score in the second set as Guerin Catholic cutting it down to a 1-point game. We're starting to see that fight again from this Guerin Catholic team that we saw in set one.
I kind of like that.
Golden Eagles not going away quietly in the good night. That one is played by Hickey. Sending it right back to the Golden Eagles, as Oswald. And the Golden Eagles get another point, and we are tied at 5, Keith.
Yeah, you know, coming into the set here and serving here is Oswald. She's done a nice job throughout the game.
Kylie Oswald, the 5'7" junior, as that one is deflected right back. Good block that time made by Sydney Giacomowitz, one of the two seniors on this Guerin Catholic team.
And we mentioned Giacomo on the pregame show. She being one of the team leaders, and she definitely stepped up that time.
Guerin Catholic regains the lead, but that time Oswald a little too much on that serve.
Unforced turnovers will hurt you in this game.
Seen a bit too many for this Golden Eagles side. That's not going to get it done against a team as talented as Heritage Christian. That time, some miscommunication once again between Christ and Murphy.
And
however, the ball did go out of bounds, so Guerin Catholic is awarded the point.
Yeah, they gave the point to Guerin Catholic. Let's look at the city draw once we get things settled here, as it's 7-6 Guerin Catholic. We'll keep it right here for Guerin on their run.
Murphy, the 5'9" sophomore, setting it in the field of play. As Phillips retaliating right back. And another violation, it appears, another net violation, I should say.
2 hits.
Or 2 hits, I should say, excuse me.
Tinley takes on Shortridge on Monday. That's the 8 seed, 9 seed. Cecina, the 4 seed, takes on Manual. Cardinal Ritter takes on Arsenal Tech. Number 7 seed takes on Christmas Addicts, a very good ball club, 7 and 10 seed. Bishop Chatard is the 3rd seed. They will play Washington. Covenant Christian will take Purdue Poly. Both Heritage Christian ranked 1 and Guerin Cathedral ranked 2. They got the bye.
Tied at 7 in set number 3. Good dig right there for Maggie Ledbetter, but none of her teammates were there to recover for the Eagles. And once again, Guerin Catholic in front in this 3rd set.
Semifinals are on Wednesday.
What is your pick in the city tournament for most likely upset?
Well, you know, you look at the first round. By the 8-9 game, I find very interesting. Also, I find the 7-10, the Heron Addicts, very interesting. I think also the 6-11 matchup with Covenant Christian and Purdue Poly. I think the first round you could have some little bit of upsets. If you go to the semifinals, I really think Cathedral will be there. I think Heritage Christian will be there. So the 1-2 seeds will kind of win out, and I think that's what we'll have for the city tournament. But I think there could be some really good upsets in the first round.
Meanwhile, Heritage Christian regains the lead as Amelia Nickham was unable to field that cleanly. Yet another unforced error for this Guerin Catholic team, and Heritage Christian back up by 2, trying to close things out in set number 3. 2 hits now, and Guerin Catholic barely able to get it over. Now Heritage Christian in some trouble. Oswald with the set, push shot made by Nickham. And again, another back and forth volley. We've seen a couple of them throughout this match.
And you know, we are with the IPS Athletics.tv. We've seen some of those city schools play this year with the Addicts, Shortridge, those teams, and they really have made some strides in the city alliance. So you never know. And high school girls basketball coming our way as well. As we're in the month of October, believe it or not, and at the end of the month, as we had an unforced turnover there by Heritage, tied score 10-10. October 31st kicks off girls basketball, and we have a slew of games for you this season on Indiana SRN.
Of course, some great basketball in action. A lot of really solid girls basketball teams in the state once again this year, as Heritage Christian, taking care of business that time, regains the lead 11-10. Well, again, make sure you check out our YouTube channel and watch more than 700 archived games. Subscribe today at Indiana SRN. Thank you.
So now with 11-10, as this game has gone back and forth, you're almost lulled Heritage Christian asleep because their up-tempo game has really slowed way down in Game 3.
Nickham with a good volley, but that is fielded by Ledbetter. This time trying to reverse the field. Lowry can't reset the offense, and Guerin Catholic ties it up at 11 apiece. We sort of saw this back on Monday when Heritage Christian won the first 2 sets against Roncalli, albeit that was against a very talented team in Roncalli. Do you feel a similar sense here, Keith? Because, of course, you covered that match on Monday.
I think Guerin has done a nice job of throwing Heritage Christian off their rhythm, and Heritage Christian is in a dogfight here.
But this time, Raven Colvin doing her job once again, not trying to let up one bit, as the Eagles are just under halfway from clinching a match win over Guerin Catholic. Hickey sending it over for the Eagles. That one falls out of bounds. Another error for Ella Murphy.
You know, you get to a point where you have played so consistently, you won 21 straight games, you lose 2 in a row, and your confidence might go away a little bit. And I think Guerin Catholic in this game tonight has probably woken up Heritage Christian a little bit, as now they start pulling away. It's real important that you finish strong here, both teams.
Yeah, it might be a wake-up call, and of course, perfect timing too, considering the end of the season. And for a senior-laden squad like this, when you know your days are numbered, you know, it could be, again, just a wake-up call for this team that is trying to finish out their Heritage Christian career on a winning note. We'll step aside once again. You're watching Heritage Christian Volleyball, powered by Indiana SRN.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.indianasrn.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Life comes at you fast, so it's important to have some help along the way.
Ah, my favorite patient. Ah, my favorite patient.
When the dust settles, it doesn't always end as anticipated. Embrace the journey and care for the ones around you.
My favorite patient.
For everything else and every stage in between,
my favorite patient.
Methodist Sports Medicine is here for you.
Back from Heritage Christian High School, set 3 action between the hosting Eagles and Guerin Catholic, as Guerin Catholic gets another point and keeps it a relatively close match in set number 3. Of course, Heritage Christian trying to put the young Golden Eagles away. It's interesting, you look at the box scores for Guerin Catholic this season, aside from their season opening win against Hamilton Heights, it's either sweep, a win by sweep, or loss by sweep. This time, Raven Colvin, once again, it's rinse and repeat, doing her job.
One of those things is we see the finish here, Raven just up in the air, no way to stop that. But that's just a sign of young volleyball players. The underclassmen that they have, the 2 seniors that we talked about, that's one of the bigaboo, if you will, of young teams. The inconsistency of play.
Colvin takes a spill as she will check out. Meanwhile, for Guerin Catholic, Kylie Oswald will check back in.
You also got to realize in this conference with the 6 schools, you're going to play 5 ranked teams when you're playing in this conference, so you have to be ready for those.
Oswald sets it over. Here's the slam by Amaya Lowry. Guerin Catholic unable to retaliate on that one, and 8 points now separate Heritage Christian and a 3-0 sweep over Guerin.
And to finish that thought, way back in August in that first game, which we had, they came back to beat Hamilton Heights, and that's a very good Hamilton Heights ball club. And again, because you had so many layoffs, I mean, you actually played 2 weeks and you were off for 2. You lost so many of your momentum. Who knows what this team would have been if they got to play consistency like some of the other teams in the state.
Murphy unable to get that over the net, and now it's a push to 6. Back to serve now, Maggie Ledbetter. Oswald with another set. The fake, and Guerin Catholic this time gets the point. It looked like Heritage Christian was unable to get a clean block on that one.
Yeah, Lily Sutter looks like she was wrapped up in the net.
Again, Guerin Catholic doing all they can to stay in this matchup, but it looks like it is too tall of a task as that serve goes out of bounds. Here's something from the crowd. I'm trying to make it. Keith, can you make out what the crowd is saying in the background?
They want me to be on the floor again. I mean, they understand. It's okay.
Too much of a popular man down in the Circle City Conference, I see. Meanwhile, Heritage Christian gets that one right back. Good play made by Kenzie Myers and company, as Paige Hickey is set to serve this one. Lily Snyder will check out. Emma Pettit, the 5'7" senior, checking in.
I think that's who they wanted because the young lady in the pink is dancing. So
that's when you know it's closing time for the Eagles. There's another excellent kill made by Kenzie Myers.
Real quick, we want to say hello to Mr. Perry, who is watching down in Greenwood. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, Mr. Perry. We appreciate you and your support all year long. Thank you for your nice comments.
3 to go as Hickey sends it over. Here's the set, and a mistimed. A whiff. That's a better way to put it. Menon unable to field that one.
Now that's how I used to play volleyball in the backyard.
That seems like something I would do, you know, for this volleyball novice over here. I'm sure Menon would like that one back. Nonetheless, Heritage Christian well on their way to a win, as they are now 2 points away from finishing the sweep.
Congratulations to Indianapolis Cathedral winning the city soccer championships yesterday, 2-1 in overtime, both the boys and girls. So as the city tournament, City Alliance volleyball is next week. The soccer ended this week, so a lot of things going on. Sectional tennis going on in the state of Indiana. I heard Mr. Knighty say yesterday that almost 93%, 94% of all football teams will be playing this weekend. That's a good news as well. So mask up, people. Let's just keep healthy. Let's stay healthy, and let's see if we can get the state championships underway for volleyball and football.
Well, after a summer of uncertainty surrounding the status of fall sports, certainly encouraging to see the fact that the IHSAA state tournaments are going to happen as planned. Well, a bunch of student athletes all across the state
are excited.
Feeling very fortunate.
Yes.
Another push shot made by Guerin Catholic. Sent it over the net. Well played that time. Claire Castor will be credited with the kill.
They don't give up. I love it.
Down by 7, still a very tall task, but hey, never say never. Castor sends this one over the net. Colvin once again with a little finesse touch. That one over the end line, and match point on deck for the 21-2 Eagles of Heritage Christian. Pettit over the line. Back to Heritage Christian. The set and the finish for Lowry, and Heritage Christian ends their 2-match losing streak in convincing fashion, winning 25-18, 25-9, and 25-16.
You know, someone told me that champions always close the door, and Heritage Christian has done a really good job of doing that tonight, and we thank you for joining us, as this is kind of what the conference has been. They are social distancing in the circle, giving thanks for their opportunity to play tonight. We want to thank you for listening and watching throughout the state of Indiana. We want to thank our camera guy. Chance did a nice job. Our producer has done a nice job. Don't forget to join us now tomorrow afternoon. Game times varies, but the radio games, Tri-County and Frontier, Southport, Terre Haute North, Edinburgh, Traders Point, Newcastle, Mount Vernon, Beech Grove, and Park Tudor. Our TV games, Northview, Guerin Catholic, Heritage Christian, LaPel, Crimson Knight, St. Covenant Christian, and Triton Central and Cecina. Josh, thank you very much for joining us, and welcome on the crew. We appreciate you coming out, and we looking forward to having you 11 more games, especially basketball season. You might be a very busy man.
Certainly a pleasure, Keith. And again, I want to thank you for the opportunity to join you tonight on the Indiana SRN. Once again, final score, Heritage Christian winning 3-0 over the Golden Eagles. This has been a presentation of Indiana SRN.